Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the HPE and Veeam Design and Always Infrastructure webinar hosted by Anexinet. Today we will be reviewing the HPE and Veeam backup package and infrastructure that they're offering now. We'll be going through the various components of that and some of the highlights for this offering. Remind everybody at the end of the webinar, you were sent a survey link, so please feel free to go ahead and fill out that survey, and you'll be sent a Starbucks gift card. So my name is Dean Gagno. I'm an Anexinet Solutions Architect. I've been with the company for about 4 years, doing not only solution architecture, as well as doing backup and storage and virtualization implementations. Have implemented this exact solution for several customers, as well as using it on the client side. So today, what we're dealing with is a lot of data protection challenges. More pressure than ever to prevent downtime. We have a higher cost of legacy systems and infrastructure, especially including remote offices. Application modernization, the ability to have our apps be at a modern level and be able to deliver them in a seamless and quick format. VM sprawl, always an issue. Managing our VMware and Hyper-V and other hypervisor infrastructures, keeping that at a reasonable level and not allowing it to get too far out of control. Data center consolidation. A lot of companies are looking to cut down and or eliminate their traditional data center footprint. And SLAs, dealing with SLAs that are, untenable and unreachable. How are we able to meet these levels set by the business via data protection technologies? And also backup windows. So backup windows, trying to cut them down so, we're able to have the data put on our backup infrastructure in a reasonable amount of time and have it be always available, always accessible, and being able to quickly restore. So here, this slide shows the HPE StoreOnce Portfolio. It starts all the way from 1 terabyte up to 1.7 petabytes usable through various appliances. You can see on the left, the first one is a VSA. That is a virtualized option, typically using for small environments, remote offices, what have you. And that one goes all the way up to 50 terabytes usable. Then we have your traditional hardware appliances that scale up to the level that that you need. So whether it's small sites, large data centers, virtual hardware appliances, whatever you prefer, whatever your situation is, the StoreOnce Portfolio can accommodate that. And StoreOnce also has built-in capabilities for things like single controllers, multi-controllers, and full-blown HA configurations. So the one main area of the Veeam and StoreOnce integration that we'll be talking about today is Catalyst. So what is Catalyst? Catalyst is an API that is used to communicate between Veeam and the StoreOnce appliance that'll give us the source and target side deduplication. It allows for central control of all data movement from your backup application, again, providing the source and the target side deduplication. You can also have it do distributed deduplication. It's a low bandwidth data movement between the Veeam proxy and infrastructure and your StoreOnce appliance. And it also allows for things such as cascaded data movement, doing one-to-N or one-to-N-to-N, and even multi-hop. Some of the other benefits of it, again, reduce management overheads and cost, very, very super fast performance, providing low-cost remote office data protection, reduced bandwidth costs, and a flexible disaster recovery model that, again, can adapt to whatever your needs are, small, medium, or large, or start you on a lower end and grow you as your data protection needs grow. So this slide, bit of an eyesore, but the point of this slide is showing the Catalyst ecosystem. So if you look at the top here where it says application client, you can see that Catalyst has direct plugins for Oracle, SQL, and SAP HANA. What that means is you can actually install a plugin on your servers directly that will leverage the native backup application, Oracle RMAN, SQL VDI, SAP HANA, and it will send the data directly to the StoreOnce via Catalyst. So that's one way that you can do that, especially if you're in an environment that, where you have your SQL DBAs or Oracle DBAs who like to manage their backups. They have this free plugin that's available to them to go directly to your backup appliance. For more traditional shops, you can also leverage Catalyst via your backup server application. Obviously, Veeam supported, Veritas Backup Exec, Net Backup, HP Data Protector, Bridgehead Software, and a host of other solutions. Those follow the model where the Catalyst integration will occur between your backup server, proxy, media server, to your StoreOnce application. That can run over LAN, SAN, or WAN. To the right, you see Recovery Manager Central. This is a specific product for 3PAR integration, so you can do application consistent snapshots that'll go directly from your 3PAR to your StoreOnce. So it's very quick, fast, easy, as well as having that application integration built into it as well. Okay, this slide goes over the direct integration summary between HPE StoreOnce and Veeam, following the traditional path where you're having your VMware environment that's hooking directly into a StoreOnce, again via Catalyst over LAN, WAN, or fiber channel, providing you again that source ID dupe, virtual synthetic fulls. For those that don't know virtual synthetic fulls, think of a traditional backup model where you're taking your full first and then doing incrementals or change data, maybe over a week or 2 weeks, and then you're having to go back and retake that full backup again and start over. With virtual synthetic fulls, what you get is you still take that initial full backup, but from then on out, you're doing incrementals forever. So not only are you getting your source side dedupe, your target side dedupe, you're only having to send the actual change data over. And on the back end, what it does is, according to a schedule that you set, it'll take all those incremental pieces or delta changes and put them back in together into a full. Now, this doesn't require doing an actual full transversing the wire again. It all happens on the back end. And one of the nice integrations that Veeam has with HPE StoreOnce is that rejoining process all occurs on the StoreOnce level via metadata and pointers. So it's not like your backup environment has to churn through and rebuild this full. It's literally the StoreOnce using metadata and pointers to put everything together so that full can be reassembled. Very fast, very efficient, and again, you're not having to churn over your backup environment to have this done. So again, main thing here is that you can literally take your first full and then you're doing incrementals forever, but you're able to get that full level restore as needed. Some of the other features, per VM backup files, and then DR via Catalyst and WAN. So some of the other integration points that you have with HPE and Veeam. HPE StoreOnce is the first inline deduplication appliance supporting Veeam's IVMR, and that's instant VM recovery. What that provides you is the ability to bring up a VM directly off of the StoreOnce to be able to do testing or a file restores, what have you. The idea behind this is that you don't have to go through a traditional restore, sending data across the wire, what have you. You literally just spin up the VM that's needed directly off of the StoreOnce, run it, check whatever you need to, pull your files off, do whatever, and then push it back down. So you can do this, obviously in a limited fashion. It's not something you'd want to do for your entire environment, but if you have a couple of VMs or one VM, what have you, that you need to pull some files or do some quick level testing, this provides you the ability to do that all in a very seamless, quick format. So
pre-recorded. That was pretty good for us.
Cloud via Veeams. So what that is being able to take your backup files and
dropped off there for a moment.
bring on StoreOnce.
Yeah.
cloud, ISP-based cloud of choice. The nice feature here, and really a differentiator against some of other solutions that are out there in the market, is not only push backup files up to your cloud of choice, it also does instantiation. And what that simply means is it will take the backup files and actually convert them into a usable VM matching your cloud of choice. So if your cloud provider, public cloud provider, was Microsoft Azure, for example, there would be a virtualized Veeam proxy that gets set up in the cloud, and you can buy that right through the Azure store. You'd set that up, very simple, deploy it, and then any backup files that you sent, that Veeam proxy will go ahead and convert those into usable VMs in an Azure format. So again, things like, long-term archival, disaster recovery, testing, development, whatever scenario is needed. With HPE and StoreOnce, we can go ahead and push this data off to the cloud and have it be in a usable format. The other thing is on the right-hand side as well is HPE Store tape libraries, long-term archival tape library type of scenarios. That's supported here as well as your traditional tape out. So Veeam fully supports taping out to a wide range of supported tape libraries. HPE MSL line supported as well. And the other piece is storage snapshots that can be provided. There's another slide a little later on that'll explain this a little bit further, but basically being able to leverage storage-based snapshots for backup via Stor Virtual, 3PAR, and all of HPE's hyperconverged solutions at this time. Again, very quick, easy backup restore type of scenarios directly off of your 3PAR Stor Virtual or hyperconverged based storage solutions. The last point on this slide I want to talk about is all of this now with this new agreement being offered, HPE can directly sell you the Veeam SKUs now. So you don't have to go separately to Veeam and then HPE to buy your StoreOnce. HPE can resell you everything that's needed for the solution. So this slide talks briefly about the configuration effort for StoreOnce and Veeam with Catalyst. Basically, there is no configuration. So you would simply, designate your Catalyst store inside of Veeam and then pick it as a backup type target. That's it. So there's no special license you have to put in, special setup, or anything of that nature. It's literally just select it as a repository in Veeam, and you're off and running. And Catalyst will handle all the back end in terms of the source side, target side deduplication, data efficiencies, all handled automatically. So very quick and easy setup process for this integration. So this is some of the suggested architecture design. So as you can see, I'll start on the right-hand side. This is your old style way of doing it, where you'd have your backup server going to a proxy or a media server with separate disks for having the data sit, and then having to back that up or have a secondary copy job to the StoreOnce. With Catalyst and the Veeam and StoreOnce integration, we can skip that initial landing zone step and go directly from our Veeam proxy into the StoreOnce via Catalyst. So again, supporting virtual synthetic fulls, instant VM recovery, sure backup. This doesn't require any additional storage or workloads to accomplish. The Catalyst stores are not exposed to virus activities. We'll discuss that in a later slide. Taking advantage of the StoreOnce data integrity features. Some of those are error checking, enhanced VLAN security, RAID protection, the StoreOnce file system itself, data at rest encryption if you desire that, secure erase, being able to securely erase the StoreOnce box as you decommission, move, or whatever your needs there, but knowing that data is completely gone. Dedup housekeeping, so going through and doing all the necessary integrity checks and compaction on the deduplication appliance, and high availability and atomic restarts, being able to do inline deduplication to eliminate failed backups and manual intervention. So those are just some of the feature sets that the StoreOnce has built into it via its data integrity. And again, on the right-hand side, you can see just, the traditional model. You're having to introduce disks, doesn't support virtual synthetic fulls, requires additional space, additional jobs to do these multiple copies, and no virus protection, particularly for ransomware. So this slide goes over the virus protection I was discussing about. This is in particular for ransomware. So a lot of us over the last few years, unfortunately, have been hit with ransomware, and we're finding that creep into our backup environment. So when we have an infection and we need to go to a restore point, we're finding those restore points are also infected. With StoreOnce and the Catalyst API, that's impossible. It can't happen because the integration between your backup environment or Veeam gateway proxy, the connection is an API. So it's not a file system that is seen from the Veeam end. So if you were doing this, an older way with local disks, the infection would come over. If you're using NAS share, it's still a file system, so that would be coming over. With the Catalyst API, there's no visibility into the file system. So if, God forbid, you're infected with ransomware, it's not going to pass through into your various restore points. So when you get hit, you would go ahead and just go back to the healthy restore point, and you can be 100% confident that it's not going to be infected with ransomware. The other thing that Catalyst offers is backup replication integration with Veeam. So Veeam has its own replication software built into it. You can still go ahead and leverage that, but with this solution, it's really recommended and far more efficient to use the Catalyst integration. So Veeam even themselves recommend using that method. You just get better dedupe, better compression. You can do multi-threaded process for higher bandwidth, and you can do this over the WAN as well. Very efficient, very powerful way of doing the replication between your sites. The other nice thing is licensing is it does not require a StoreOnce replication license. All you really need is Veeam Enterprise to be able to take advantage of the replication integration with Catalyst. This is the storage snapshot integration with Veeam. So the big thing here is understanding is that all of the processing and what have you, you're taking advantage of your storage array to be able to do that. So you're simply taking a snapshot of the LUN that you're trying to protect. It's sent off directly to the StoreOnce appliance, and then when it's time to do a restore, it's literally a matter of bringing it back up a snapshot. So very fast, very efficient, and really very easy, because with backups, the main thing with backups, it really comes down to the restore. That's what ultimately matters to everybody. So you're able to do that with snapshots in a very, very fast manner. The thing I like about this is it starts to complement and allow you as an organization to start thinking about tiering your backups. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Being able to lay out your data sets with various levels of protection. So tier 1, you might be doing SAN-based snapshots, traditional backups, throwing that to a secondary DR location for backups, as well as pushing it up to the cloud. So your highest level, your most important applications and data, being able to protect those in a multi-format method. And then going down the tier for less important data, not applying all of the various backup methods to them. This also allows you as an organization to really start setting accurate, attainable SLAs to the various tier levels. So the storage integration with 3PAR, Stor Virtual, and their HCI offerings with Veeam allows you to do this seamlessly. So that's all the slides for the webinar we have today. Appreciate everybody staying with us and going through the Veeam and HPE StoreOnce integration and offerings. At this time, we'll go ahead and take some questions that were sent in from the webinar members, from you, that were submitted. So is the application integration between the storage snapshots with HPE StoreOnce 3PAR and Veeam? Is it application consistent? So there's two ways to do this. Number one, you can go ahead and leverage the VMware tools integration with the VMs, where it'll send up VSS calls to go ahead and quiesce the VM before the snapshot is taken, that the VM resides on that data store. So that's one way to do it. The other way is that you can leverage the Recovery Manager Central software that we talked about earlier in the slide deck. This is just a separate application that you can get from HPE that integrates directly into your 3PAR. And what it does is it takes the LUN and directly calls to the application that's sitting on there, Oracle, SQL, what have you, and put the application itself in a consistent state before that snapshot is done. Once the snapshot is completed, then it will get sent off directly from your 3PAR to your StoreOnce via the Veeam backup job, and that provides full application consistency. Next question is, can I still tape out with Veeam? Absolutely. So while some of us aren't a big fan of tape anymore, I personally still think tape has its place in certain scenarios. Veeam absolutely allows you to do that. So whether you want to go to your StoreOnce appliance, over to a DR StoreOnce appliance, go directly to the cloud, or tape out, all of those options are there as needed. Next question is, what is needed for the cloud integration? So the cloud integration is pretty straightforward, and I gave the example earlier of Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, same thing. You basically go to their stores, buy a pre-configured VM specifically for Veeam. It's really just a virtualized edition of their proxy server. Set that up, and then in your Veeam software, you would go ahead and create a repository, a new repository that leverages that cloud resource and back it up straight to there. So a lot of advantages to having this. We have a customer that we've implemented this for, where they have the StoreOnce, they have it at a DR site, but they also want to leverage cloud for remote offices and some data sets that they don't want to use up their StoreOnce for. This allows you to have those various backup sets go to the different locations, and one of those being your cloud provider of choice. So very easy integration, very easy to set up. The next question we have is, what about physical servers? What's supported with Veeam and HPE StoreOnce? So in terms of physical servers, both Linux and Windows are supported via the Veeam agents. The nice thing here is previously these agents were free. Veeam offered them to you for free, but it was totally managed separately outside of the Veeam Enterprise Manager. That's now integrated in. So your normal interface that you use to control your Veeam backups and setup and everything, you can also do your physical servers in that now, Linux and Windows being the supported OSs. There is a separate cost for that now. It's very small, a few $100s per box, and you'll be able to get a full file level restore for Linux and Windows. I think we have time for one more question here. So this question is, can you discuss what is the advantage of having source side as well as target side deduplication? So basically, it's real simple. Target side deduplication, I think everybody understands. It's the idea of having data that can be deduplicated on the target side appliance to save you space. So if you have similar data sets, similar blocks, really, what have you, we only need to keep one copy of that. So you're saving your space on your target appliance. With Veeam and HPE StoreOnce and the Catalyst integration, you're able to extend that to source-side deduplication. So what that means is, instead of having to send all the data over to your target appliance and have it deduplicated there, your backup server, or if you're using one of the application integration clients, will only send data that's needed to be sent, and it will be pre-deduplicated. So again, saving time, saving space, and saving backup window time. So you don't need to send as much data. Your backup window and time is going to be a lot less. If I didn't answer one of your questions, please feel free. There'll be a slide here in a minute with my contact information. Reach out directly to me, and we can have a one-on-one session and go over your questions in more depth. Appreciate again everyone attending the webinar today. Please feel free to go ahead and fill out the survey that was sent to you. You will receive a Starbucks gift card for doing so. Again, I'm Dean Gagno. It's been my pleasure to speak with you today. This is my contact information, phone number. So if you have any further questions about the webinar, about some of the features and integration points, or anything else in terms of challenges or projects that your business has, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you, everyone.